Okay, good evening. I was wondering if I was live, and right now I'm live, and I want to welcome everyone. Yesterday, I would have done the 29th day. I apologize, I could not come on live stream. So today, I'm doing the 29th day, okay? And in case if you're joining me today, just this evening, I'm sharing 50 nuggets on how you can achieve and maintain um, a successful life. Okay. And so, in case if you are just joining me this evening, I want to say welcome on board. Uh, like I said, today is the 29th day, and today's I'm looking at your prophet is important. Maybe I should take off those glasses. I'm looking at the topic, your prophet is important. Okay. And my name is Chinyere Okpara-Adeniji. So I promise to come up with 50 nuggets to share my experiences, okay, after my 50th birthday. And this experience I'm sharing is, I'm not reading it from any book, it's just an experience that I have that I feel that I should share so that we can, make something out of it. Like I said earlier on, experiences cannot be bought. And when someone shares their experience with you, just appreciate it because with them sharing that experience, you'll be able to learn something. So today I'm looking at the your prophet is important. I want to start it this way. In the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 20, he said, "Believe in your God, in your Lord your God, and you will be established." He said, "But you believe in your prophet, you will prosper." Hello, thank you for joining me this evening. I'm sharing 50 nuggets on how you can um, be successful and maintain success. This is born out of my experiences, okay? I promise to share this nugget after my 50th birthday. And so if you are here, welcome on board. And today is the 29th nugget that I'm sharing. And likewise is the 29th day. And so if you want to be part of this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? So subscribe so that you will not miss anything out of this. So please subscribe, okay? So I'm talking about that your prophet is important. Your prophet is someone that speaks the mind of God. It tells you the mind of God about what you are doing. And he guides you with the mind, with the words of God. That is what your prophet do. He tells you the mind of God. And he guides you with the words of God. Okay? He speak into your life via the word of God. That is what the prophets do. Okay? And the prophet also guides you spiritually on how you can walk the path of life, you know, um, not making mistake, but walking the paths of life, being directed by the word of God. So that is why your prophet is very important. Your prophet is important. I will tell you that the prophet may be someone that you can relate with personally. It could be someone that you listen to from afar, but the words encourages you. The word of God that the person speak encourages you. The word of God that the person speaks makes you to take certain steps, makes you to take certain steps for you to achieve success. Those are your prophets. They make you take certain steps. Now, someone will be saying, what's the difference with mentors and coach? No, this one speaks specifically the word of God over you. It is the word of God that they receive, that they speak to you. And that is why the word said, when you believe in your prophet, you will prosper. Okay, I'm not talking about prophet that doesn't speak the word of God. I'm saying prophet that stands in the word of God and will express, yes, that's the word I'm looking for, will express the word of God over you. Okay, one thing about the prophet is that most time they call you up and tell you that this is what I feel that God is saying you should do at this time. They just call you up. They just call you up. I remember a time, I'm going to share this, and it had to do with my husband anyway. I remember a time one of his spiritual son wanted to travel, and God put it in his heart to call him not to take that journey. Not that he explained to him anyway. So he now called him and said, God said you should not take that step, and mentioned the location. He was shocked. That was a prophet speaking. That was the word of God that was dropped in his heart to speak to him. So you need prophets that will tell you, see, this is what you will do. And and um, and then be able to direct you. Like I said, the word of God. And the word of God said, test every spirit. I shared today in my broadcast, for those that follows me on Facebook, I shared spiritual discernment, okay? How you can test every spirit to find out if they are the spirit of God. So before you can embark that, test every spirit. Ensure that this person is the person that speaks the word of God, that dwells in the word of God, that eats the word of God, that do the things that God says, not the person that is, doing the contrary things of God. This person walks in the will of God. This person showcases God himself. This person talks about God. Do you get that? So when you get such people, they will be able to guide you in your work. In your work, they guide you. Okay, so there are prophets that tells you, see, that decision you want to take about your business, I heard from God, and God is saying, do it this way or do it that way. But at the same time, what I also advise is that when your prophet speaks to you, you should also have a conviction. You must also have peace inside of you, knowing that God has spoken through the prophet. But also, you must have that inner conviction, the Spirit of God saying that, oh, I spoke through my son. You must have that conviction. So, your prophet is important. In your journey in life, your prophet is important because they speak the word of God and they direct you via the word of God. Now, giving an example of what happened, of how my husband was able to guide his spiritual son. There was a time I wanted to also take a wrong decision, and someone I regard as my prophet spoke to me. I would have taken the wrong path. I would have taken the wrong decision, but he spoke to me. So your prophet is important. They cover you with prayers. They cover you with prayers. Your prophets stand in place for you. They cover you with prayers. Mind you, that does not mean you should be lazy spiritually. Mind you, that does not mean you will not know God for yourself. Mind you, you have to also stay with God. Have a strong relationship with God, okay? And for you to be able to be sensitive and discern when your prophet speaks to you. But whatever, in this journey, you see, this journey called life, you cannot do it alone. You need those that will guide you. You need those that will encourage you. You need those that will tell you the right thing to do and the right path to follow. I shared the importance of having a mentor and a coach. Yes, these ones are your mentors that tells you what to do. They tell you you can do it. But your prophet are the ones that speak the word of God. They cover you with the word of God. They are the one praying for you. They are the ones speaking the word of God. As God speaks to them, they bring forth the word that guides you, that directs you. Okay? So your prophet is important. Are you hearing me this evening? Your prophet is important because they guide you. They speak the word of God to ensure that you are not taking the wrong path. Okay? They ensure that you're not taking the wrong path. And that is why you should prayerfully, you know, ask God when you get who your prophet is. Prayerfully ask God. Stay in the place